some restaurants like
enjoy
can
it.
actually make it. It can make the whole experience.
I enjoy when the chef comes out too.
Nope, I don't. And then there's less people have to tip that way, you know?
I like
So
when
sometimes
everybody in the
free
restaurant.
shit.
I like when everybody in the restaurant claps for me.
No,
when
I
order.
always tip. I'm just saying if I didn't have another person to tip.
No, but I'm saying it's not all like McDonald's where you walk in, you're like, give me 4 McNuggets.
But I do want that.
And when you go in, you sit down, you have a drink, you maybe talk to the guy, maybe you say like one line, the guy resonates with you, brings you out something special.
Nope, I don't want
It's
that.
totally.
Why would you like?
I'll go to a bar.
Notice
for that.
it's your anniversary, you know. He does a little something extra for that.
There'll be a little like option in the bottom. It's like this is an anniversary dinner. Make it special. And when I come in, there's some flowers on the table or something.
The person's not even there. They just give you flowers.
Exactly. No, I don't want them there. I don't like small talk. It's like I don't know you, and I'm here with other people that I know. I don't know.
I like waiting for people.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
who the fuck are all
my
you people?
major thing.
Alright,
Well, the
game-
stream
game
quality
time.
is really low, just so you know.
My Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one where it's like, if you go to Olive Garden or like Friendly's, you're like.
Alright, try it again. Also, somebody
The
check the
waiters
Twitch stream and
suck.
tell me how it is.
So far, it seems better, but I won't know until the gunner moves.
Wait, why on the minimap the faces aren't there anymore? So I don't know who's where.
What
Look
the
at
fuck?
that. Okay, well then spectating is gonna be fucking terrible.
What are the team names?
I don't know who anybody is and where they're gonna
Alright,
hit.
ladies and gentlemen, if you see the defense team is taking a 5-dot cluster
Jesus.
wide, and the red team is
This
taking
is
a
fucking
cluster.
stupid.
Everyone's realizing how broke Brimstone is.
This is MUDKIP versus ARCANINE. Oh dude, they're trying to rush through the slows. Look at Mandy's setup here.
Oh, they killed.
Actually slowed them so hard, but they know which side Mandy's on. They're gonna get crossfired. Mandy,
Anyone else see how short it is?
they're getting crossfired real hard though.
Wow.
This is quarterfinals. Quarterfinal number 1. Sure, put it that.
Group A.
Okay,
I
so
kinda feel
let's
bad
talk
for
about.
Eddie.
Oh, we should talk about what just happened there.
Off and it bounced.
Yeah, we should talk about what happened there. So obviously they stacked for the A shove, but Mandy actually got what 2 slows down and slowed them so heavily, and they pushed through the slow anyway, which was a really aggressive move that I don't know needed to happen. When they went through that slow, yeah,
Slows were out.
they got the rotate down, and then got the rotate down. The firewall went down from Mandy, or so not Mandy was slow. It was like what was it? Clammy, or who was the gunner with the slows? Mandy with the crossfire. So then the slows went down. Mandy had the wall, got in the corner. They double crossfired, and they honestly just piled onto a site that they couldn't like effectively attack. And here, look around A again. I can't really tell which player is where, but I'm just gonna guess.
They're sending one A to make them think they're going that way.
So Ryan with the opening pick, and they're starting to funnel back towards mid. And I think on split, mid control is like super important. You
If
can
the
pick
4
any
red
pivot
dots
on mid.
Can kill those 2 green dots. They got the B bomb
They've
site.
got
right
one,
now.
but that's a trade. And Steven's down.
The wall-
Mid's walled off. And right here, this is really aggressive by Daniel taking an oblique peek. He should have jiggle peeked from the left and kept them bottled, but instead he lets them have sight and drops his bulldog for Colin. And that could be really dangerous because now they're playing to hold sight, and what is this? Team Arcanine has to play for the retake here. And Colin has a pretty good spot in heaven with the bulldog that Daniel so graciously gifted him. But Gunner goes and kills Sleepy Boy, so now it's just Colin in heaven. Can he do it?
God spot.
He's in a good lurk spot, but there's 2 here, and he can't get them both. He only gets the first, and that's 2 rounds on the board for Team Arcanine, who I'm assuming you guys probably agree with this, but they're the clear underdogs in this matchup, right?
Yeah.
Who?
Team Arcanine are the clear underdogs in this matchup. Oh, you don't think so? Do you think there's a change because Mandy's on it?
Correct. I said this earlier. Upgrade, and I wasn't lying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Definite upgrade over Misa.
It's like a giant upgrade.
Brian, by the way, the Twitch stream stutters here and there, but so far.
I'll look at Twitch stream.
It's not too bad though.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll take it. So, look at this defense setup. They actually have, what, 1 on B, 2 mid, and then 2 on A. And I'm curious if that person playing A is going to push and peek here. I can't tell who it is. Yeah, Gunner sees that there's no one here. Ooh, and they sweep through their mid. And this is really dangerous. Otter knows that he's about to get pinched really hard. And he has to play here. If I were Otter, I would either lurk underneath and try to pick up as many as possible or go back into CT. And it looks like he'll go back into CT.
Yo, I kind of like Steven's quick thinking because they went like pistol round and they completely fucked up against Mandy and Gunner because they were 2 manning the bomb site. And they quickly find out where Javier.
Mandy scouts a ton of people in sewer and they're pushing onto this. Mandy has to back up.
Just kill him.
With the abilities that they have in Valorant versus CS:GO, how effective
Ooh,
is it?
and they're coming back. Sorry, say that again.
It's better.
It depends a lot on what they're doing. So like a Sage slow can really shut it down, but if you can 5-man rush before the slow gets down, it can be really, really good.
Here.
It's
Contesting mid again.
In this game.
Slow,
that's big. That's big.
His capability of like playing on their
They
teams.
better not all stick there.
It's a 2v5 though, and Red should have this locked down. That off angle by Daniel doesn't pay off, and he actually whiffs the first spray on Teddy.
They're actually playing
now Mandy-
so fucking smart, it's insane.
And they double peek her and spawn, and that's the round.
They kept on shuffling people to peek first, and then fucking Sleepy Boy would just heal him, and then they'd shuffle another guy into entry with full armor.
That's genius. I mean, that's effective. Like, if they go by 2s, like, you always get somebody, right? Yeah,
No, but what I was saying, they're weak in mid right now. Their A bomb site's really strong, because they got Manny and Gunner holding it, but their mid's weak. They got Dan holding B, so they're not going to really rush B. So look, they're going to go mid again. I guarantee you they're going to smash mid.
And it's an interesting choice because, like I said before, at the start of this match, mid is the most important point on this map. The pivot to B heaven and the pivot to A vent is so
I
quick.
would stick fucking Dan or Gunner in mid, to be honest.
Ooh, but Ryan gets the first one. Gets traded. And they see that. Oh, and Nick with the entry on Javi. And this is going to be really hard. Daniel only has a shorty.
Shorty under heaven.
And he misses. He hits the first shot, but he can't kill him from underneath.
That was so close.
And it looks like they've evened it up too.
That was a nice try.
But Gunner and Spawn, Gunner and Manny and Spawn, trying to make something happen. Looking pretty unlikely, but it's possible. And she doesn't know he's behind the box. She hasn't seen him yet. And this is probably going to be a very unfortunate circumstance for Mandy here. Oh, she sees him!
Oh, she sees him!
But it's not, it's too late.
Green dot here in the 1v3 clutch.
And Gunner just needs to leave. There's no reason he should
White
be here.
dot.
He has to be careful that Steven will try to pick him off, but instead Gunner plays the exit frags.
No one fights him. Can you press tab? What's the money like?
Money is pretty dire on ARCANINE's side right now. But actually, that's enough. Hobby doesn't even really have to force because Gunner can drop him.
Yeah.
So, overall, not a bad save round.
Still guns.
It's 2-2 and everybody has a gun.
Now, if Steven team win this round, they do break their economy. ARCANINE will have no moss. Have one gun.
The easiest point for them to go into is middle and then just pivot to wherever they're weakest.
Yeah, generally that's the strategy on split. You run middle, take over middle, and then figure out what to do from there. Hopefully you get a pick in middle. If not, you still have quick pivots to either side, so you don't have to overcommit. So we work slide peeking with the Guardian. Nobody's going to give him the option.
Oh, you're just rotations already coming in.
And Mandy over peeks here and pays for it. She didn't need to peek that heavily on that. But Gunner gets one trade. And Steven's distracting the mid right now.
Ooh, I actually.
Ooh, and it looks like took him the bond site anyway. And the Valencia's
They all
on.
ran up heaven. I thought they were tossing that out the window.
And with only Ryan and Javi left, this seems like a pretty hard round. They'll have to play full retake, and they know where they're coming from.
Yeah, they're
Ryan
gonna
hears him to the right.
ramp. So Ryan's fucked.
Oh, but Ryan doesn't. Even though Ryan heard him to the right, he wants to clean out left first. Oh, he misses the spray. He could have been more patient there. And Javi should just save now. I'm not sure if he realizes this. I think he does. Leave Mr. Hobby.
Oh, he's in a good spot.
Going for the exits.
And you can hear the guy from upper ramp.
Oh, man, he's leaving.
Ladies and gentlemen, on a T side, having a guy stand where Javier just stand is amazing. It lets you know if there's a guy upper ramp. Sucks ass to be.
Revealing area.
My friend, why do you sleep down there?
So
I like this. They're always adjusting their T side. They're always doing something drastically different. I don't think they're gonna see this coming at all if they rush this fast.
In fact, if you watch where Daniel's playing, he's currently heaven. He'll drop down to sight. And he might be overwhelmed by this, especially if he takes... Oh, he's taking a close angle, and this is a mistake. He already has a player heaven.
Yeah, the sites already give up. They're just gonna.
This is dire for the site, and they should see them coming out soon. Javi is the one with the pin down, and he can't pin it down, and that hold is really hard. Daniel over-rotated here. And honestly, at this point, this is really hard to fight. The Cypher upload is up. He just runs out, and I think that's a pretty hard misplay. He should have at least waited for his team if they were going to go for it. I don't even know if it's worth going for it.
That's a good slow one.
Why doesn't the fire cancel out the ice?
Oh, I like this retake. They're both playing together. They can do this. The 2v5.
Oh, but Mandy's walled off.
We've seen it before.
That's one. Oh, he gets the dink, but it doesn't kill him. Mandy just realized her gun was burst. Oh, and ult's here, which I think is a really badly timed ult. Probably just a hard waste of it, and at this point, you're just trying to book it. She needs to be careful. Okay. Doesn't look like she'll run into anybody.
They're hungry.
this is like Pac-Man-esque sort of shit.
Yeah.
Mandy's gonna regret missing that ult, though.
Hey, who's ever eaten goddamn nacho cheese? Just
sounds like Elena.
Take it,
take your mic.
That's me.
Like,
I'm in myself.
I will never understand the annoyance of mastication, though. Like,
What do you
to
mean?
me, it's a very innocuous sound.
Well, you don't. You probably have something that's really insignificant that bothers you.
Yeah, all of you fuckers. Wait, what?
Oh,
Jeez. Wow, just straight on stream. Just like that.
I thought this
Jesse
was
didn't
strong.
deny
Ryan.
it. Jesse never denied it.
Sees a ton of people here. And he over peeks on this when he doesn't need to. And that's such a misplay. They'll use that pick and just start rotating back towards A. They realize, hey, one of those two A players is already off the map.
Flooding the bomb side already.
And Hobby's gonna have a tough time here.
No
Gets
chance.
hit in the side.
I'm not sure what their obsession is with the Spectre and long range duels, but it's happening over and over again.
Yeah, seriously.
That res is an interesting one because he's actually
Oh, you
wall is pretty terrible and it won't work out. Well, actually, that's a wall from the actual.
Good angle.
Yeah, a pretty interesting angle wall right there.
Welcome to my world.
Oh.
And this one is beyond lockdown, and Otto wastes his ult too. So we're looking at how many ults were used there. Gunnar res somebody who instantly died. Mandy ulted last round. And Daniel just burned his ult, so now you only have the Breach ult, who has a tendency to just kind of run in and die. So like we have a lot of issues on this team now. They don't really have any utility, no utility, no weapons, nothing much is going for them.
I think ARCANINE got unlucky in the group stage because if they got the bye and this was Chris's team, I think they got a very good matchup against Chris's team. But Steven's team and Mike's team play like mad identical, I think. Like they're 5-stacked a lot, they play mad aggressive. And they got the frag of this. They got a 3-pack always next to each other, ready to trade like this. And it always seems like too much.
I mean, if you can coordinate, I mean, that's ideally, wouldn't ideally you want to, like, go 3...
Like look, they pulled everyone
Come
out
here,
to
you
the B site.
Little cutie. Come here.
So when they hit A right now, we're gonna walk to 2 people max.
And they can hear somebody in the sewers because they were running.
I think somebody fucked up.
Oh, and Steven actually goes down to Ryan here. And
what's
Colin,
that?
did Colin
Spartanburg lost
DC?
control.
I believe Colin is disconnected.
Yeah.
And hilariously, they're probably going to win anyway.
Ryan.
What?
Did you put the cheats on?
Yeah,
Huh?
who's ever
we
the guy
didn't-
pushing B main
I wasn't
right
the
now
lobby host, so
is the
that's-
pivotal
yeah.
person right now. He
I
either
fucking-
makes or breaks this round.
I fucking love that we won a 4v5 yesterday and our DC still had a higher score than theirs.
Mandy can't even kill the DC.
Alright, so
And we've
they
got
have to go
issues.
away.
Oh, and the DC's back too.
By the way.
That was
He gets a
brilliant.
kill after DC.
Even though the guy died B main, the guy in Steven's team, that was so smart. It pulled everyone over back to B.
Gunner gets the first peek. Doesn't
You can
seem like
win
this is a
this.
very easy one though. He slows
seen him win these
himself
on
off. A strange play to say the least.
Wait, wouldn't you want to like just
Oh, hits the shot, but can't clear it off.
His favorite thing to cook is egg McMuffins, and he almost got that clutch. Delicious. They look delicious. Perfect sear on the... Perfect. Amazing.
Perfect sear on an egg McMuffin.
I want an egg McMuffin.
Man, I always want like egg McMuffins and like biscuits, like from sausage biscuits from McDonald's. But then like the moment I'm done eating them, I'm like, oh.
When I ate normally, I used to go
without
to
regrets.
Dunkin' Donuts and get this sausage and egg on a
That's why you
croissant,
eat half of it.
and it looked disgusting.
They've done a 3-stack on A here. And the slow and mid from Gunner. Locked on the site. Gunner needs to know that he doesn't need to peek anymore here.
Ooh,
Mandy with a good pick. Ooh, and she shouldn't go down here. She should heal herself here.
They didn't spread out.
And Gunner pushing mid.
Oh god. the-
Interesting wall, and we've got some geometry shit going on here.
well, actually, I haven't seen this before.
It's almost exactly.
That's an arrow, ladies and gentlemen.
And Sleepy
Oh,
Boy
wow, they only
is the
have
last
one
man left.
Oh god.
What's the causing the audio chops?
Yeah,
Oof, that's painful.
It's a Jojo Rabbit moment.
What? Is it on Discord or on Twitch?
Restart
I-
the Discord stream.
Yeah, I think it might be Discord.
Discord because
Elena, I can barely hear you because you're always muted, Noah.
Alright, what went wrong right there for
Oh.
Steven's
Oh, he gets one.
They all died in the same spot.
yeah, I was gonna say that's pretty intense.
The guy from B main pushed in. That was really what did it. I think it was Dan that did it. That was smart as fuck.
and they're just setting up the same strat. They're stacking A hard. Interesting.
And here again, Daniel's playing Heaven here and doesn't want to pin down on the site because he wants an out. But with them stacking A, this could be really risky. Oh, and he's turning to mid because he doesn't trust his mid player.
Turn around.
And this is going to be really hard for him.
Oh no.
They have a rotator through spawn who just went back to A. A wall off. And he's got to know they're coming on site. Oh, and he actually gives site. And they're playing for the retake here.
Actually,
He gets
like
one.
this. I like this a lot. What I don't like is the person that's still on A looking for.
Ooh, he gets two
Planted.
through the wall.
The bomb's been down.
And
for
Daniel's
5
gotten
seconds.
2 of these already. One more goes down. He knows one is to the right of him. He knows one is hard right, but he senses the one up in Heaven and gets him. And now he knows where the last one is.
Dan's
Hard
too
right.
smart.
Dan's gonna go for the win. Gets the last one and the 4K to win the round. And interestingly enough, I mean, obviously Dan played that really well, but it's an interesting decision to actually play for the retake on B. Because, in a way, B is pretty easy to hold if they do that rush and you have a Vent/Heaven player, because you can pin down in one hallway. And it's an interesting choice to like actually give the site for the retake. It didn't work in the past, but in that round it paid off like better than you could possibly expect.
There is something oddly satisfying about the little things on her arm when she's about to shoot that.
Oh, looking like scales.
Yeah.
Yo, it would not have happened if it was anyone else holding that bomb site though.
Oh,
Like, he
yeah.
got the most. He got some pretty goddamn important kills
Yeah, he got the pick.
on a strategy that relies.
He's
on
playing for
teammates.
info here, which is a really good choice because now he knows they're not there. Oh, and they're pushing out through A. Ryan sees them go heaven, and it's Gunner. It's Gunner with the pin down, and he has to win here. He gets the clone. Oh, and he can't. It's Daze. He's Daze, but Gunner can't finish the kill on the Daze player.
Hit him once.
And it's a 4v3 now. The attacking team with a slight man advantage. And they're thinking about it, and they want to rotate back, but is that really the play? They're probably going to bait the rotate back. Gunner is 1 point away from a revive. So 1 kill could be the swing here.
This is a close round.
Yep, and they're trying to bait them to run off of A. And it looks like it might be working. Somebody's going through spawn right now. Gunner's going... Oh no, Gunner's still here.
Oh, wow.
And he might peek like 5 of them at once here. He peeks one, wins it, and he has a heal. He needs to run. He needs to get around a corner, but this is the wrong corner to take. And Teddy hunts him down. He needed to go left. Or right, yeah, left there.
Very important, Teddy.
Oh, and Teddy dies to Hobby though. It's a 2v2. 1v2. And it's
Nick
Daniel.
takes his face off.
Daniel against the world. Daniel might not expect him going spawn. Oh, he wins the fight, but Daniel's about to get backstabbed.
Oh. That's crazy.
That's one of those ones. Whenever you're against Steven, you get the first kill. Look backwards.
Yeah, look behind.
Just look backwards. As quick as you can.
Just a quick flick.
If you can't hear him, that's how you know he's there.
If you can't hear him.
That's some sage ass advice, dude.
Well, we all know that Nick is like the master of advice.
Wait, have you ever played like Slender? It's like that. That's this shit.
Oh my god. Dude, I forgot that was a game.
Plant the bomb, turn around, he's like right there.
They've got
I think
nobody on
honestly
B.
they're playing their CT side like pretty smart now. They're 5 stacking against the 5 stack.
Well, I mean, you can't know that you're 5 stacking on a 5 stack.
Oh, and Hobby gets caught with the bow out. That's why you have bounces on that character.
And they're ghosting B too. No, this is.
And Mandy has burned ult and gotten no value out of it. Oh, Gunner with 2!
Oh.
Mandy's gonna pick
And
up
Mandy
more.
picks it up. And this is huge. That's bomb too. They have tons of control. They know one is near A. Did they recognize that he's
I don't
heaven?
think they realize they're about to get backstabbed by the man himself.
But Mandy in vent here. No, it's not Mandy in vent. Oh, he's heard. Steven hears Ryan, and Ryan's gonna die. So now it's a 1v1, and it's Steven versus Dan in the smoke.
Oh, he's getting hurt fast. Is he gonna get out in time?
No, and Dan picks the terrible decision. He's already in the smoke, and he makes a terrible decision to use his utility in the smoke.
He could have literally one-tapped him with a pistol. Like... anywhere. Body shot. Oh,
And that play was suboptimal on too many levels.
Kill each other.
Dan had so good position, he could have juke peeked that. But the problem with that was that, like, when Dan actually shot out that dart, like, even if Steven wasn't right next to him, even if Steven was in vent at the edge of the smoke, you're going to hear where he shoots it from. You're going to hear where it lands, and you're not going to get much value out of it. So knowing that, it's not worth it.
Shroud's gonna let them all pass. Holy shit.
Go back to that spot. Where the hell is that?
Yeah, go back to Shroud.
It's in B.
Just ulted up on top of the thing. I can't. I mean, this is easier said than
Yeah,
done.
there he is. So he's smoking it off.
This could be
Flash
the
actually
heartbreak
doesn't
of
flash
generation.
in. He misses the whole clip! Oh, and Heaven's overrun too, and now it's Zoidberg
Someone
coming
put the
through
Curb Your
spawn.
Enthusiasm music on, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit.
Zoidberg coming through spawn. What can he get out of this? He gets firebombed off. He sees one behind the box to the left. And he whips the shots! And somehow It's just Steven left. Oh, wait, no, Steven and Teddy left. Steven gets chunked a little bit. And they don't see him next to the smoke. He can win this. He gets 2, but he has 4 HP. He can heal himself, though. And it's 1v2. And Gunner is giving away his position here, which is pretty interesting, but he's keeping him apart from the CT player.
He's full health. Oh, not a chance.
Oh, Steven gets it, but that's not the round. And Mandy dies, but just with the
Sends
classic.
message.
Oh man, Andy killed Mandy.
Yeah, that kill is bigger than you'd think, though, and that, interestingly enough, that peek by Gunner was pretty unnecessary because the bomb was ticking down, and you probably would have heard him if Steven was actually on bomb. And so that wide peek was pretty unnecessary and got him killed, and that you wouldn't think that matters that much in like a game like CS, where you maybe just lose a pistol. But here, Steven gets ult charge, and he's already 4 out of 6. He gets a pick, gets an orb, and he has ult, and that's pretty huge. Oh, and that might have been the pick there.
Wait, do your orb charges carry over during when you switch sides?
No, he just
Wasn't
killed
that the
4
last
people.
round?
Well,
Oh, you're saying in that round, right?
Yeah. So because of all this ult charges, that could be the swing here, and Daniel misses this right here. This map is looking harder and harder. Oh, but Daniel gets 1, Daniel gets 2, and they've broken the A site defense.
Bombs rotating through sewers, coming for an eggplant.
And here in Vent, I don't know who it is, but okay. Well, now I know who it is. It's Sleepy Boy here in
Seeing
Vent.
this on both sides. Set up some goddamn crossfires. There's no hero moments.
And Sleepy Boy here in Vent doesn't know what to
Just a
do.
lot of
Only has a
money.
classic and didn't buy. How much money does he have? Wait, he has 1,600, but is using a classic here. Oh, they lost the round though, so that makes sense. But did he buy armor? I don't think he bought armor.
Wall.
He bought wall. Wow. Well, interestingly enough, I mean, he just should make a play though. What is he trying to save now?
The classic.
I guess 6.
And he's gonna go B.
Yeah, he has nothing.
And he's probably gonna die from B. Oh,
No.
and Javi double bursts him.
He almost saved nothing.
Alright, I'm interested to see if they run this again, because that time they had bombs sitting mid, ready to rotate to B or A, whereas
Where's
Steven's
Steven
team
playing
was
this
kind
whole
of
time?
committing and rushing.
Yeah. And interestingly
playing
enough,
mid.
like this is in most circles, players
this.
consider this like a pretty defense-sided map, because of the quick rotates between sites, and like the fact that mid is a choke point, and there's basically just 3 choke points on this map. But the last time we saw, I think the last time we saw Stevens actually play this map, they had a lot of issues on their defense. Clammy ran over them on defense when Clammy was like entry fragging onto the B site, and so like we might see those issues come into play again here. But Teddy sends a message, gets the first pick. Ooh, they get 2, and Daniel's on site. Ooh, Daniel gets 2 on the entry, and that site, they have to get the bomb down. But the rotate is coming in, and the rotate's a little slow. Dan is tempted to plant safe, open, but he knows he can't.
That was a delayed kill.
And here he has, yeah, that was weird. And here they have 2 upper. Javi doesn't know how to use bounces on his goddamn character, and is holding this peak that he gave up in the first place. And now, because of his teammates, Daniel's really on a limb here, and this is going to be really hard for Daniel.
A smart spot though. You could take a lot
Yeah,
of
he might be able to do this anyway. Ooh, Daniel! Interesting
Gotta win 2
reload.
more.
He has to know one's elbow though. He's about to get shot in the side. Oh, and he jukes him. Daniel's a monster. Daniel's a fucking madman. And that's probably the round. Oh, and Daniel with the ace clutch. The 1v3 ace clutch to win the round, and that was huge. That was gigantic because now you have to hold tab, and you see that Steven's economy is actually in the tank from that. They have to. Teddy's forced onto a Marshall or a Spectre.
Nah, dude.
And that round was gigantic. That round should get them another here, unless something crazy happens. There's the Marshal buy, the Guardian buy, the Sheriff buy,
No, sell all those guns. Sell all those guns. Do not tilt buy right
Colin
now.
is
Do
very
not
stubborn
tilt buy
about
on
full
A7.
Yeah, and here it is, the tilt bot. And then 2 of them haven't even bought. They're sticking on the classic. Sleepy Boy's on the classic, and Nick's on a ghost. And this round is really difficult.
Dude, this is such an important round too.
Yeah.
But who's the pin down? Who's the pin down? There's a pin down player on B, and it's Sage with the wall, and it's gonna buy a little bit of time. And it's gonna get the
What?
rotate,
Wait,
but
you
Steven
smacked him in
actually
there.
rotates the wrong way. Daniel's out on site,
30 in.
and they're busting out on them. And honestly, it looks like MUDKIP is having a lot of trouble dealing with this aggression. And even if they don't win this game, ARCANINE going into game 2 is going to be thinking, dude, we just need to be fast. We need to be aggressive. And Gunnar had the chance to kill there. Oh wait, no, his teammate. I'm trolling. But here, like, MUDKIP has just been run over on defense, and that happened the last time they played on Split too. And interestingly enough, this is their map pick. They were confident going into this map that they knew what to do. They knew how to fix their issues they had against Clammy's team. Maybe they were thinking, hey, Gunnar's team, Daniel's team, they don't have the fraggers Clammy's team had. Clammy's team had. But I mean, if you look at the scoreline now, I mean, Daniel is top fragging. Steven doesn't have as many kills as Daniel in this round. And honestly, if you're a MUDKIP and you're looking at this round, you've been run over on defense. How many rounds in a row now? 4 rounds in a row. You're starting to panic. You're starting to say, okay, we need to shuffle our defense somehow, some way. And the last match they had against Clammy's team, what they did with the shuffle is they put Karasaki Ace on the B site solo, and they moved everybody to A, and that didn't work out for them. So what's the play here?
And on a round they should have been saving.
Yeah,
I think the play is don't panic because it's only one. If you think about it, it's only one gun round.
For sure.
That they lost so far. So if they lose this round, I'd hit the panic button. But
yeah, so
I don't believe.
In the meantime, they're gonna boost Steven up mid.
Stack could be interesting.
Yeah, boost Steven up mid and try to be sneaky with it. But when you see a wall like this mid, you've got to think somebody's on this wall. Steven's prepping the flash.
Flash guy.
One's right under him. Oh, and he gets him. And Mandy's down. Oh, but they have B site, and that's the ult. That's the ult from Breach. One dies. Oh, but the bomb's down, and I think this is the round. Oh, Steven goes down, but they know there was one down here in the pit. And that's the round. And
what's up with that one guy?
And interestingly enough, like, I feel like they should have had that round though. Like, ARCANINE should have had that round. They had the pick on A, and even when their player was down B, they had the utility to help them cross, but they didn't use it. And so what happened was all the slows, right? All the slows came in. They didn't use the Viper wall to get them on site safely. They didn't use their breach smokes to get them on site safe. Wait, did they have a breach? No, wait, that's the other team. I'm trolling. They didn't use the Viper wall. They didn't use the Sage wall to the right. They didn't use Brimstone not breach it, but they didn't use a lot of the utility they had to actually get them to cross. And so without the utility to get them to cross, they just tried to take a bunch of entry frags.
Oh, it's a camera though.
Steven's playing the exact same spot.
And the flash.
Oh, and Teddy actually gets Ryan there with the ult, with the clean ult.
They don't even have they have one smoke on their entire team.
Oh, but they didn't know that they're running on mid. Gunner's gonna peek vent, and somebody's in there. Does he realize it? Oh, he walls off vent, and now he's gotta know somebody's also B heaven though. He's gonna get stabbed in the back from B heaven if he's not careful. Oh, but he gets Damien, and that's an opening. They have to go.
Oh, spike down.
Oh, spike down in halls though, and this is really weird. Mandy's gonna run into somebody, loses the duel against Teddy, who gets traded by Gunner, and Javi with the lurk spot dies to Steven in the corner.
Still trapped.
And now it's just Gunner 1v3. Gets one. He's got to know he's in the corner there.
7 health, and he's got a res. Maybe gonna.
But they know where bomb is too. They know Gunner doesn't have that many options. But interestingly enough, you have a free res here. I would take it. And it's Javi. And there's 2 on the B site. Do they know? Gunner peeks one, dry peeks, and wins the dry peek. Oh, and this could be it. This could be it. They need to kill Steve. Oh, they kill Nick with 5 seconds to stare. Oh, and Gunner dropping from heaven and just straight winning the aim battle to take the round. And that was huge for them.
Kicking himself over that. He knew he didn't even have to fight either one of those.
Yeah, the time was ticking down, and they had bomb in bathroom.
Even if they both of them didn't even fight, I guarantee you they had no time to plant that bomb.
And again, if you look at MUDKIP's economy, it's in a tough spot. Nick has a Bucky. There's a Bucky and a Bulldog on MUDKIP right now. Whereas full rifles
They sold
on
that shit.
ARCANINE.
Oh no, they sold it. Now he's got a classic.
He has a
I think.
shorty.
He sold it at the last
Wait, they
second.
switched it up though. The Sage is playing in mid and Steven's playing on the B site. And look at the B
Doubling
stack
up.
here.
Oh,
But this
look
is
at
a really aggressive shove from Nick, who doesn't die but doesn't kill anybody yet either. Oh, and he gets traded.
Oh my god.
And Steven's here, and they spotted Steven on this site. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna push in? Looks like they're trying to bait the rotate out.
The
Oh,
guy on A side just needs to fucking come over.
oh, and Steven gets the trade.
Traded by Hobby.
And now it's 2v2 coming out of B. They know exactly where they're coming out of. Ryan with the first peek. He misses the spray, but Javi bails him out. And now do they know there's another one heaven? It's all up to Teddy here. And this is a huge round for Teddy. Gets his team back in the game with this. Gets one. And now it's a 1v1. Drops down. Javi doesn't know where he's coming
full
from.
health.
Stim beacon
Having
here.
a good round so
Yo,
far.
here's them.
Oh, Teddy with the mind games.
Oh, and Teddy's gonna win the round! And it's huge.
Damn, dude, he threw it down. And... that was pretty good.
Teddy with the clutch.
That was...
And that's
A plus pinky.
That was
yeah, and that's a huge round.
That was awesome.
Their economy
That
was pretty boned before that round.
oh yeah.
I don't know how Javier wasn't looking the other direction. Because he threw that shit so wide. It wasn't like close so he could like jiggle or something. He literally just like chucked it.
But the sound distraction, man.
Good for him. That was a good
Yeah, that was a sick clutch.
That was
No, I'm
good
not
work.
saying take anything away from it. I just thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was a sick clutch, and honestly, that was such a huge swing because this team all has guns now, and they have a bunch of ults already.
It's a giant round to win.
Oh, and Teddy again mollies them off. That molly does a decent chunk. Teddy gets one. Teddy's ult actually is gonna get another one here. Oh, and got Javi there. Daniel at the pick though, and now it's a 3v3. Panning Puma rotating from B. Sleepy Boy already in heaven, and Steven is gonna pin down the site. But they're rotating back to sewer. Oh no, and Nick goes down in sewer, and they've seen the rotate, and they're pretty sure that they've rotated through A. And Mandy needs to not overthink here. They just need to go B, but they're overthinking this. They rezzed him. Heavily overthinking this, and now you need to know they're probably CT. Don't take it slow,
They
CT.
need to stick this
Play
bomb
fast.
right now.
She's
They
gonna
don't
stick for
stick
back.
it. Okay,
She's
good.
gonna stick for Cubby.
If they don't stick it now, they're fucked.
Oh, Steven goes down.
Oh, good kill.
And this ult by Daniel, we've seen this before. We know what's coming.
You don't go into his domain.
Spam
You
the
don't.
bomb.
And honestly, Colin thinks maybe it's not even worth it.
This
They've backed off, and they're playing for exits at this point. They've thought, okay, we've baited out the Viper ult,
Their economy's
and
in the bin.
we just can't win this round, so they need to back off and save. And yeah, their economy, even after the save, their economy is going to be really hurt. They've traded rounds. They don't have a loss streak bonus built up. They don't have a win bonus built up. It's just difficult for them at this point.
One's gonna go down to the wire.
It's going to be a close match. Ooh, Daniel gets, Colin gets one, not second. Damien needs a run. And that was much worse, much worse for the blue team. Ooh, okay, nice pick. But that was still worse for this blue team because their economy is the one that's hurting, not Arcanine's economy. Arcanine can full buy, but because Colin went down there, he loses his Guardian that he could have brought into this round, and they could have like half bought or something, but now everybody's kind of crippled.
Or someone else, I mean, if he kept the Guardian.
Yeah, and in the scenarios like that, you have to think like, hey, like I understand trying to exit frag to take guns, but you need to understand like why you exit frag. You need to understand the situations in which it doesn't make sense. And here another mid boost.
It
Oh,
doesn't hit that. Like,
Steven's just pushing mid, dry peeking. They're dry peeking into each other here.
Oh lord.
Oh, and he gets run over. Wait, Nick is still alive in the corner. Can he get one? No, he doesn't.
Oh, but now they know.
Now they know. And honestly, that was a really aggressive play with no weapons, so I think that could have worked out for them. Gunner doesn't need to take this fight.
It almost. Yeah, that was so close.
It could have worked out for him, and honestly, I like the play. I think that MUDKIP was onto something. Whoa! And Teddy with the point-blank Marshall shot! Can't get the second one, but that was pretty sick. And the res, I feel like that res didn't make any sense there.
No, yeah, I was gonna say, why res now?
What a burned ult there.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's Sage ult. It's kind of a big deal. Oh, Colin gets one. And gets the person that got res. Honestly, that res was just a waste of 7 ult points.
Grab the gun and run.
He had to think about it.
Please.
I like that.
And if I'm... Do you hunt this guy? If you're...
I think that mid push was spicy,
Arcanine.
but I think at one point when they're hugging the wall as a team like that, they all need to push off the wall together.
Right. They need a wide swing together and trade. What happened was Steven died first there. Nick just held the wall thinking, okay, I'm going to bait them out. They're going to wide swing on Steven. But then they all wide swung on him, and like he needs to be the one taking initiative. I totally agree that they had a chance, but I don't think really they executed it off well.
And that clone took the first spray as well, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
the Mandy clone actually
Oh,
took the first
they
spray
can
and
find
gave
him?
Steven's position.
No, they aren't.
Nah, he's safe.
Yeah, he's pretty
Almost
safe.
about to get to him.
So what is MUDKIP's economy looking like? Are they half?
MUDKIP's economy
Trash.
is alright.
Okay, they'll have
They
that.
should be able to get a like a half buy here, and there'll be a couple of E-code players, but it shouldn't be that many. Yeah, it's only... Oh, wait, they don't even have to eco on
Hey,
Teddy.
before the round
Nice,
starts,
so
I'd
no
start the
eco.
stream over again because this audio smoke.
Alright, I'll do it again. Right now.
This is gonna sound crazy, but this is the point in CS:GO, and I totally think it applies in this. Where you're having trouble on CT side, somebody needs to bring an op into this side.
Yeah,
Somebody needs.
I
a sniper.
agree, and you know another part of this is like if you look at the economy here though, if MUDKIP loses, this is going to be so fucking painful. Steven
Yeah, I
with a
think if they
dry
lose this round,
ult with dry peek, and I don't think this peek is actually a good idea. Oh, but he gets one.
Or I guess he gets one.
He says hello to his past teammate.
He trades ult for it.
It's fucks him up.
Interestingly enough, I think they could have just left, but they didn't do that. Oh, and one's dead on A, and it's the rotate. The rotate's coming in. But they've actually left 2 here, and this is a really weird situation because they're split from the bomb, and now they just have to play it out. But Steven's entire team is rotated over, and Steven's felt it.
I think Nick had a 400 IQ Omen ult.
Really did, and
You saw them
slowed
walk
down
over
the
the second
defense.
he
Right.
just ulted over. It pulled the entire team back.
Right, but
So
now
if they catch this.
But now Steven's feeling something's going on, and he's gonna lurk in CT. But like,
They left him without a paddle.
That's a slow rotate over to B.
this is
They're
gonna be
both-
really
I think
difficult
they
for
should go
them.
A little faster.
Imagine doing a smart.
But they
move
still
and
have
not
No,
even-
this is perfect though. Steven's only CT, and they don't feel it yet, and they're starting to it, but it's too late. And it's gonna be all on Steven here. How many can Steven get here? If he can get 1 or 2. Oh, but he's been walled. Oh no! And this is a really hard round for this team to win, even in the 4v4. If anybody can get out in the bathroom. Oh, one's dead in heaven. Manny gets traded though. And smoke's raining. It's a winnable round. Oh, and Gunner with the 1-tap takes him off the map, erases him.
Headshots.
Says, I don't care if you have a family. I'd 1-tap them too.
Chris Hansen like
And
that.
through the smoke.
Oh,
Steven gets 2. But the time.
Steven's gonna stick this. Ryan has no.
Ryan has. Oh, but Steven's laying on the stick, and they lose the round.
No, he was pushed out of it.
Yeah, he was pushed out. He almost died, and he dies to the bomb, and that's huge.
That was so sick by Ryan.
So,
That was
yeah,
sick.
Ryan used the breach
Yeah.
nade to.
Oh,
push him
so
out.
it forces you off?
Yeah, but interestingly enough, that breach nade didn't kill him though. It left him with 5. I think he still got hit by it. It was just a small nade. It wasn't C. It was E. Was it E? I think it was E.
No, it was C.
It was C?
definitely
Okay, okay.
I was like, he's got no business peeking
Okay, but
that angle.
yeah.
Being
So
back.
we have this is
did.
match point, and look at all the bulldogs out. There's so many bulldogs out, and this is gonna be a hard round.
They
I'm
crushed
curious what their
everyone.
economy looks like, or not economy, utility looks like, and only ult up is Cypher's ult, and everybody else is not that close to it.
It's all trash.
It's
It's all trash.
And Daniel's feeling out
They
B,
live one ult.
and Daniel's just on another level this match.
It's been sandbagging for
Yeah,
this.
Daniel and Gunner have just been popping off, and Daniel with the biggest round. Honestly, maybe the biggest round in the whole fucking tournament.
yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, he aced him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1v3 ace right there.
You could totally
And-
tell that fourth kill.
Oh,
when
and,
he walked
and
out.
look at this. They take a gamble to B, but this gamble is going to backfire so heavily.
That's so much utility.
And they have to... Colin has to hold the fort. Oh, and Colin gets so vaulted. And this might be it. They have a post plant. They have a lurker in mid. Daniel's lurking in mid, and he is a high chance he just keeps him here too. Oh no. And what do you do now? Nick, oh no.
Connector right now.
Steven gets one. Nick Valencia knows where he is, and he's gonna fast peek it. He misses. And it's Steven. Steven and not Teddy. Steven Damien versus the world. Can he win it out? He gets one, and it's possible. And it's a 1v3, and they know where he is on site. Oh, he gets two, and it's possible. He might just have to stick. Oh no, it's gonna boop him off the bomb into the open, and he's dazed, and he's not dead. And somehow he doesn't die, but it's still game over. And that's match number 1. And that's definitely an upset. Nobody even expected. I think a lot of people coming into this didn't really expect ARCANINE to have too much of a fighting chance, but they come out strong on MUDKIP's map pick.
That was a really
That's
And now,
demoralizing.
with the second round, with the second map pick, they have a chance to guess which map MUDKIP can't play and close them out early.
Alright, I need to restart.
I'm gonna stop this stream.
That was a good one.